Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are, whenever you are. Welcome to a new DC live stream. I'm your host, Matthew Batiri, here with my co-host, Wasim, Mr. Morpheus Debussy. How are you, my friend?
Hey, Oracle, I'm outstanding. How's your week been?
It's been good. It's been busy. We're seeing a bit of a Bitcoin pump. The Fed meeting did not crash Bitcoin. It did crash the stock market a little bit, but we'll go through maybe the charts a little later if we've got some time. But hey, we've got lots happening. It's been a busy week. We've got a new upcoming amazing workshop. Why don't you tell the people a little bit about the workshop, but we'll drop them the link at the end of this stream so that they can register.
Yeah, so it's a new workshop we're doing on the 11th of December, and it's called How to Leverage Digital Assets to Create 7 Diversified Passive Income Streams. So we're going to go through at least 7 different passive income streams that you can implement right now with very, very small amount of capital to start creating a passive income for yourself. And this income obviously will grow over time as you compound it. So right now, we've been saying this during the bear market is the best time to get started. I was actually watching a video today called the 4-year cycle, and the guy talks about that no matter what you've done the past 4 years, if you get in now at the beginning of a new cycle, which is exactly where we are right now, is the best time for you to have the best opportunity. So this guy believes that we are right now entering 2023, a new cycle. So we're doing this event to help people really understand and get the best possible outcome by getting started early in this space.
Yeah, well said. Yeah, awesome things. Obviously, if you are just making a salary, you probably haven't had a pay rise in a little while. So you're probably wondering, how can you make some extra money? It's about making the money that you're currently making to work and start investing in assets that give you passive income. And that's exactly what we're going to be covering. Pretty cool stuff. But without further ado, let's jump into the news, and Wasim's going to take us away.
Awesome. So this first up today, we got Bank of England raises interest rates to 3%, largest jump in 33 years. So in the past few months, I know I reported that the Bank of England was going to turn the money printer on, and they were going towards quantitative easing. Now, that only lasted for a short period of time. They got rid of that prime minister and got a new prime minister in who's supposed to be more crypto friendly. And now they've gone back to quantitative tightening. So in this article, they speak about that, the inflation is in all-time highs. It's in the double digits, like 10.1 for 3 months in a row. That the UK is already in a recession, and that these interest rates are going to be here for a while until they can get down interest rates back to 2%. So we are very, very far away from 2% right now. Not just in England, but all over the world. There was another article I read today that showed that Turkey has reached like 80% year-on-year inflation, which is absolutely crazy. So that's the first one. Just basically reminding you guys that we are still in for quite a bit of a downturn, quite a bit of pain. Next up, we have MasterCard welcomes 7 crypto blockchain startups to FinTech Innovation Program. So MasterCard started this initiative called MasterCard Start Path, which is an initiative to help startup businesses or startups to get funding. They've had like 1,500 applications, and they've accepted 7 Web3 or blockchain-related businesses to go into their FinTech division. And these come across from a number of different places around the world, including Singapore, Abu Dhabi, Colombia, and Dubai. And it's not the first time that large techs, and as you guys know, one of my favorite people is CZ from Binance, is doing a lot of great work. Binance also back in 2021 went to France to their startup hub, and they created a project called Objective Moon. They put in $100 million towards startup businesses. So it's good to see these large companies supporting Web3, supporting blockchain, because it is the future. It's news like this that gets me more and more bullish all the time, regardless of where we are. All right, moving on. Meta will soon allow users to mint and sell Polygon-powered NFTs on Instagram. So Meta, as you guys know, the old Facebook company, is changing their name to Meta because they're preparing to get to the metaverse. And they've now partnered up with Polygon, which is going to allow a select number of designers and artists in the US to start off with, to be able to create and put their NFTs up on the marketplace in Instagram. So this is a huge news, because you got to imagine Instagram's got like billions of users. So now that NFTs are coming to a platform like Instagram, it's going to be huge for the network. It's going to be huge for crypto. Obviously, I'm not a big fan of a centralized entity like that having so much control, but it's going to bring the masses into crypto. So this is great news, and looking forward to what they're going to do with this. All right, next up, I told you guys I'm a big fan of CZ. So when I read this headline, I was very, very impressed. Binance considers buying banks to bridge the gap between crypto and traditional finance. They got to remember, CZ started Binance in 2017, so it's like a 5-year-old company, and it's already the world's #1 crypto exchange, centralized crypto exchange. It's the world's largest centralized crypto exchange, and even though we're in a bear market, they're still expanding, and he's even willing, he says in this article that he's even open to buying banks up to the value of $1 billion to be able to bridge the gap between traditional finance, TradFi, and crypto. So great initiative by CZ. He's doing a lot of great work during this bear market. Okay, and last but not least, I know Maddie touched on this. The Fed makes history with a 4th straight 3/4 point rate hike. So before the announcement came, the Fed came out, put some of their notes saying that they're looking at just at even delayed targets and delayed indicators. So they're looking at not just certain things they're looking at before. They're starting to widen to look at the economy before doing a rate rise. But they still came out and they said they're putting up the rates by 7.75%, which, as Maddie said, crashed the stock market. Bitcoin did hold its ground, which is great news. Are we decoupling? Are we not? We know in the long term Bitcoin will, but this is just showing that the Fed is becoming more hawkish. But now what they're looking at doing is having smaller interest rate hikes for longer periods of time. So this is going to cause more prolonged pain for the public. And that's it for the news highlights. Bringing you on, Maddie, for the You're muted, brother.
Sorry, mate. Thank you for letting me know. It can happen sometimes when you're live. All right, first tweet, we've got Michaela Peterson. Watching Elon Musk bother people is worth more than $8 a month. So basically, this lady here, Alexandria, says, LMAO at billionaire earnestly trying to sell people on the idea that free speech is actually $8 per month subscription plan. So I think he's talking about Twitter being paid. And to be honest, it's probably a good thing. If it does go paid, it would remove a lot of bots on Twitter. It would also, it would make people being worthwhile on the platform. So I think Facebook should have done that a long time ago. Unfortunately, they take their money from marketing, and we get, a marketing and ad every 3, news feed events. So it's super annoying. So I don't mind paying on paid platforms. I pay for YouTube, for example. I watch so much YouTube. I hate seeing an ad every 8 to 10 seconds. So if you're on a platform, you think it's worthwhile and you spend a lot of time on there, it's always good to sometimes get the subscription. So let's see how Elon goes making Twitter paid. Just in over 860 billion was wiped out of the US stock market today. So obviously, since the Fed announced a 75 basis point hike, if you watch my video on Monday where I was doing the Bitcoin analysis, I said it was best to just sit on the sideline and wait to see what would happen with the the Fed meeting, and if we went up by only half a basis point, so 0.5 basis points, we probably would have been bullish, and we got a 75 basis point. So you saw that volatility where we kind of peaked up to about 20,700 and then kind of came crashing down over 24 hours to about 20,000 on Bitcoin. But the stock market took a huge hit. Bitcoin did not take as big of a hit as the stock market. So everyone, if your friends are telling you that cryptocurrencies are more volatile, show them the Facebook or the Meta chart, and Meta's gone down 75% from all-time high, exactly the same amount as Bitcoin. Next, we've got the crypto mist. Where are we? So this is, I'm going to save this photo because this is a photo that I always talk about, but I just, whenever I'm talking about it, I don't want to waste time actually saving it. So it's basically the psychology of the market. So as you see, as we're going through a bull run, we have like optimism, belief, thrill, euphoria, complacency, where everyone's like, oh, buy the dip, it's going to keep going. And this was what was happening around 60K. And then as we enter the bear market, everyone has anxiety, denial, panic. We capitulate, anger, depression, because we keep going lower. And not only that, it's also time in a bear market. Bear market is not usually like how much money can we lose in a bear market. Is it going to be 50%? 90%, whatever. It's how long you stay in the bear market. And usually crypto bear markets or crypto winters, they last about 12 to 18 months. So it's exactly about 12 months since the top of the market. The top of the market was the 8th of November last year. So we've been 365 days, and Bitcoin has an average of about a year to 14 months being in a bear market or cryptocurrencies before starting the next bull run. So I know a few people believe that we've bottomed out, which is fantastic if we have, because we should always be holding some sort of crypto. But just in case we don't break $25,000, which would be a higher high, you want to remain, pessimistic, especially with all the news that Wasim just covered before. He talked about the UK increasing the interest rates, the biggest since 30 years or 33 years. So there's still no positive sentiment macroeconomically. So I don't know why Bitcoin is doing so well, to be honest, because you would think that people are having more and more fear. They need to sell assets to cover their cost of living. Electricity's gone up, groceries, interest, CPI data shows that everything's costing us more. So for the market to be doing so well, especially the crypto market, that's very positive. So we could be seeing a decoupling from the stock market, which would be amazing, because cryptocurrencies were created exactly for that, for us to pull away from the old economic system and form our own economic system, peer-to-peer transfers with no middleman, et cetera, et cetera. All right, last one we have Raoul Paul. I've been talking about this for a while from my insider's perspective. Same is true with traditional assets managers. Once price turns sharply higher, hopefully soon, it will be a bit of a panic to get in over the following 6 to 12 months. So I did say that I'm looking for 25,000. So if Bitcoin is able to break the previous high here, or the local sort of low here at 25,200, if we can have a weekly close above that number, it's going to send us on a mini bull run. Bitcoin always has a bit of a relief rally during the bear market. We saw it back in 2018. This was it right here. So we went from 3,200 low to about 14,000. Then obviously had another sort of 6 months of bearish sentiment. We had the COVID crash, and then we went rocket. We had rocket fuel. So could we be forming something very similar in the short term in the next few months? People sort of stockpiling up on their cryptocurrencies, knowing that the long-term view is very bullish on cryptocurrency. Yeah, possibly. So, but in order for us at Breakout Solutions to be very confident to get back into the market on a macro scale, we need to see a weekly close above 25,000 to make sure that we're making the right choices for our clients' finances and investments. Next one, we have crypto news alert. China holds more Bitcoin than MicroStrategy after seizing the 194,775 BTC from the Plus token scam in 2019 to the National Treasury. And also he states Bitcoin was worth 1.25 million in Zac Efron's new movie Gold. In Zac Efron's new movie Gold. will it be a reality? So of course, I think it's eventually going to hit $1 million per coin. It's inevitable. How long does it take? 10 years, 20 years? Definitely, probably between those two. At the rate that we're sort of now cycling through the 4-year cycles, so it'd be very interesting. But yeah, this scam right here was exactly what happened back during that Plus token scam. So this kind of drove this mid bear market rally, the Plus token scam. You can see that basically over the space of, let's go into months, over the space of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months, Bitcoin went from 3,200 to 1,400. That's that's close to a 5x. Very close to a 5x. So that's pretty crazy returns. Hopefully we get something similar now. But look, at the end of the day, we just have to wait, but things are kind of looking good in the short term. All right, I'm going to bring Wasim back in to cover the adoption highlights. Wasim, take it away.
Thank you, guys. As we always say, don't do as they say, do as they do. And companies like JP Morgan, DBS Bank, Standard Chartered, all these big institutions have been very, very negative about crypto up until recently. Now, this article speaks about that JP Morgan and DBS Bank have a blockchain payment solution they're working on called Partior. And now Standard Chartered is investing in that. So the big banks are looking at adopting blockchain. They're looking at using them because they know that they can actually transact much faster. But what we really want and where the value in true decentralized crypto is us having that control over it. We don't want these banks to having the control of our finances because we know what they've done in the past and they'll do it again. Moving over, so Zimbabwe is trying to they're trying to release a CBDC. However, they're not having a lot of success with only 5% of the population actually downloading the digital wallet. So what they're doing right now, they're still going to go ahead. They're still optimistic. And they're looking at other countries like China, Nigeria, and a few other countries that are already piloting CBDCs. But what I think is happening in Africa, my personal opinion is a lot of the African community and the African population is actually waking up and learning. And now with the access to the internet being so easy, a lot of them are learning. I was actually watching two African influencers that teach a lot of people about crypto and whatnot earlier today. So it's good to see that the African people are looking for this. And this is why countries like Zimbabwe and Nigeria are having such bad results with CBDCs, because the people are refusing them. Next up, Meta Metaverse unveils the world's first Meta seminar. So this is a proposal by a guy called Joel Dietz, who worked on projects like Ethereum, MetaMask, and the first educational smart contract platform. And what he's saying is he's suggesting that they're going to hold a Meta seminar, which is a seminar specifically designed at studying the metaverse. He wants to look at things like science, research, artificial intelligence, mathematics, and the social effect of the metaverse. And he wants to study all that scientifically before designing the metaverse. So it's a big step for big tech science to start coming in and looking at how they can use this technology for the betterment of humanity and having minimal negative impact on society. That's it for that one. And last but not least, Singapore has tested the first institutional DeFi on Ethereum. Welcomes USDC issuer. So for the first time in Singapore, the Monetary Authority of Singapore has tested the Aave network to transact and be able to transact from Singaporean government bonds to Japanese yen for Singapore and dollars as a test. And they did this on the Polygon network, and it was including JP Morgan, DBS Bank, and SBI Digital Asset Holdings and the Singapore government. So this is now showing that large institutions are looking at ways to use DeFi for real-world use cases. And that's it for me today for the adoption highlight.
Thank you, Wasim. Alrighty, guys. Just below, you will see a link to our upcoming webinar. So the 7 passive income streams, head over to breakoutsolutions.com.au/7-passive-income-streams So I got to write that out because some people just listen to us on audio and they're probably not watching the screen. So head over to there, register to our new upcoming webinar. It's on December 11th. We can't wait to see you there. If you've enjoyed this video, please, it's important that you leave us a like. If you're watching on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, wherever you're watching, please leave us a like. It helps with the channel, helps us grow and gets more of this information out there because we are first and foremost an education company trying to show people the power of digital assets, and we want you to share the news as well. That's it from us. Any final words, Wasim?
No, mate, you said it perfectly. Guys, like, subscribe, share. Let's get this information out there. We are trying to help the community. So let's get it out there. Let's get more people so they can all be ready for the next bull run.
Awesome, guys. Thanks very much. Catch you next week. Enjoy your weekend. Bye.
Stay crypto.